Yo, what's up, guys? Figured we could do a quick little live stream, hit some bets for tonight. So I'm going to be looking at a few of the main platforms, PrizePicks, Underdog Fantasy. You got to follow me on Twitter. Yesterday, $4,000 PrizePicks play. We ended up cashing 400 to 4,000. So we'll be going through, some of the main platforms, Underdog Fantasy, FanDuel, DraftKings, whatever. All the main sports books, finding some good bets. So what's cool is all these sports books I've explained before, but the benefit of having, multiple sportsbook accounts is all these books run different promos, right? So if you look at DraftKings right now, they're giving you a 50% MLB profit boost, right? So basically what I do is it's pretty simple. All these promos make it easy to make money sports betting, to get an edge over the sports book. So what we can do is we can just go to DraftKings, look for a decent line, right? Where is DraftKings giving us some value? So we can go whatever. You can just kind of look at random games. You can use the positive EV tool on OddsJam. But anyways, let's kind of look for some bets. And maybe we start out on PrizePicks. There were a lot of good bets on PrizePicks. So again, the whole point of OddsJam is really taking all this data in the sports betting market. So if you take a look at DraftKings, for example, right, you go to the MLB, there are thousands of different things you can bet, all this different crap, right? Like sports books have so many different lines available. So the hard part is really finding out, where are these sports books screwing up? I mean, Underdog Fantasy has tens of thousands of lines available at any given time. So really all OddsJam is doing is kind of reading in all this data, kind of displaying it in different ways and helping you find value as a sports bettor, right? All the tools are there to help you find value in the market where sports books are screwing up. So without further ado, we can kind of get into it. And so we can take a look here. And again, this is the positive EV tool. So if you use sports books like DraftKings, FanDuel, this tool is really useful. So for example, today, a promo I threw earlier is this promo called Dinger Tuesday on FanDuel. I mean, we just went through DraftKings has some promos, so we'll have to find some bets for that. FanDuel has this promo called Dinger Tuesday. So the way it works is you bet $25 on a player to hit a home run, and FanDuel gives you a $5 bonus for every home run in the game. I think most MLB games have an average of 2.5 home runs. FanDuel is giving you a $5 bonus per home run set. So, you just want to find some good home run bets. I mean, this is clearly a good promo. You bet $25 on a player to get a home run. You get a $5 bonus for every homer hit in the game. So what you can do is just go here, right? We can filter in FanDuel, and then we can look for player props. So you can adjust your settings, let's go here to max odds. And if we just increase this a bit to look for some home run bets, it's this seems like a pretty good play to go with on FanDuel for the Royals game, right? So it's pretty simple. The whole point of OddsJam is you're never going to be able to create, a better model than the sports books. These books have invested millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars in their ability to set lines, right? The value comes from finding discrepancies in the market, taking advantage of these profitable promos, so long story short, we need good home run bets for this promo. We're getting Michael Massey to hit a home run at plus 560 on FanDuel. The average price, the average line across the market is plus 414, right? No other sportsbook is giving you better than plus 475. So I've said this before, but as sharp bettors, we treat every book as a data point on where the line is set, right? 99% of sports bettors, they bet with their gut, and that's why they lose money. Whole point of OddsJam, find value in the market, right? FanDuel's giving us plus 560. All the other books are around whatever, plus 400. That seems like a pretty good play to go with. And on top of that, we're getting a $5 bonus for every home run hit in the game. So we can go here. We can go to hit a home run, and then we can go to Michael Massey, right? So where is he, right? And then you just want to put $25 on it. And that's annoying. So let me refresh this. And again, if there's 2 home runs in the Royals game, FanDuel will give us a $10 bonus. If there's 4 home runs, we'll get a $20 bonus. And some people, you can also hedge on a different sports book. So if you're one of those people who hates risk, what you can do is you can bet $25 on FanDuel, and then you can hedge your bet on Fliff, which is giving you the best price on me to not hit a home run at minus 625. So we'll just go here and we'll just go ahead and we'll lock this in. Michael Massey to go yard plus 560, right? This is the best bet to go with. Like, these promos don't take long. Every game you bet, right? On top of our bet already being profitable, our bet is already positive EV. We already found a spot. FanDuel is giving us way too much value. We're getting a $5 bonus for every home run hit in the game. So hopefully there's a lot of home runs in the Red Sox, Royals game. And then you can see Torkelson, Tristan Casas. Like, you can bet this for different games. Obviously, we'd rather take this play on Michael Massey as opposed to Tristan Casas because these plays are in the same game. But regardless, you can see on FanDuel, I think there's, I'm not sure, 16 MLB games today. So there's a lot of different games you can bet. But I know for some people, FanDuel is capping your max bonus at $50 per day. So 10 home runs. So if you bet on 5 games and there's 2 home runs in each game, you're going to get a $1 bonus from FanDuel. So these promos, this is the easiest way to, build your bankroll, is really just taking advantage of these profitable promos. $4,000 win. I'm still excited about that. But taking advantage of these profitable promos, Taco Tuesday on PrizePicks, Dinger Tuesday on FanDuel, free $5 for every home run hit in the game. But anyway, I'll find a play on DraftKings for this promo, and then we'll go over to PrizePicks. So DraftKings, what promos do they have? So let's take a look. So literally, all these books offer these promos as like a marketing cost. So all we want to do is, take advantage of them. So DraftKings has this early win promo, right? If your team is up by 2 runs and they lose the game, so if your team leads by 2 runs and then they end up losing the game, you get your money back. Or you win your bet. So if the White Sox go up by 2 runs, and I've went through the math, it's optimal for this promo. You want to bet on the underdog. So I'm taking the White Sox. And then what we can do is we can try to find a good bet on DraftKings in the LB. So we can go here. Typically, if you're getting started, I recommend setting your, max odds around like plus 200. It kind of depends, but that just kind of filters out. Some bets makes it easier. But anyways, let's kind of go through. Are there any bets on DraftKings? Cardinals plus 154. We're getting a 50% profit boost. So again, the word is arbitrage betting, right? Arbitrage betting means you can hedge on another sports book and make a risk-free profit. So when I started sports betting, I actually just I would arbitrage bet a lot of these promos. So we're getting the Cardinals plus 217. This promo only has, you're only getting a $5 max bet size for this promo. I mean, a 50% profit boost, insanely profitable. But what you could do is you could hedge on another sports book, right? You're getting the Cardinals plus 217, betting 5 to win, over $10. Is you could hedge on other sports book, maybe take the Rays at minus 170. I was supposed to bet first half money line, but whatever, you get the point. So I should have taken first half money line for this DraftKings promo, but whatever. Anyways, let's kind of go. Let's go find some more bets. So we can see there's some plays on PrizePicks, whatever. So promos is that's how I started sports betting. That's how I made my first $40,000 or so sports betting. But what's more fun is just finding degenerate bets that have an edge, and hopefully we can create another banger PrizePicks entry, slam it for $400, turn it into $4,000. That would be awesome. So the first play we're going to start out with will be the soccer play. Seems pretty good. ALEXM, homie has the same name as me, over 1.5 shots on goal. So why do we like this play? Again, I've said it before, if you're one of those people who thinks you can create a better model than the sports, these books have put in millions of dollars into their models. They have better data feeds than you. The way you're going to beat the books is by finding inefficiencies in the market. It's not just by trusting your gut and betting on random crap, which is what 99% of sports bettors do, which is why they all lose money, right? So if you look at this player, ALEXM, his line is 1.5 on PrizePicks. And I know, kind of random market, we're betting on soccer, but you look at the other data points we have in the market, right? SportsBattle, Underdog Fantasy. Granted, that's only 2 data points, but still, we're finding plays with a mathematical edge. They have this guy's line, ALEXM. They have an accent over the A. Pretty cool. So PrizePicks has his line at 1.5. The 2 other sports books posting lines here are setting his line at 2, right? So those are data points. As sharp bettors, these other sports books, their lines, we found an inefficiency where PrizePicks is spitting out their line versus, the other fantasy sites are saying, no, his line should be higher. His line should be at 2. PrizePicks is at 1.5. So we want to take the over. So that play seems pretty good. Man, Scherzer's outs line is at 20.5. That is crazy. That is crazy. But anyways, what we can do is we can try to find some other plays that we want to go with on PrizePicks. So this play seems pretty good. So take a look at this play. So now we're switching over to League of Legends. Again, like I've explained it before, for me, at least, I follow a very, mathematical, data-driven approach. Some people less so. Whatever, bet how you want. I bet how I bet to, make money. But you can see Jumya Yussi, League of Legends play, his line is 16 on PrizePicks. Underdog Fantasy saying, whoa, line should be at 15. SportsBattle is saying, SportsBattle, another fantasy site, saying, no. We think his line should be even lower at 14.5. ParlayPlay is at 15. Those are all data points. This is how you get an edge over the sportsbooks, win long term. Granted, doesn't mean you're going to win every bet, but this is how you find plays, with an edge. That's how I found all these plays. But anyways, long story short, let's continue making this little PrizePick slip. So we have Juma Yusi under 16 kills, right? We have 3 other data points, sportsbook setting lines, right? You're not going to be able to outsmart the sportsbooks with your gut, but we have 3 sportsbooks that have invested a ton of money in their models, ability to set lines. They're taking bets, right? They have access to what's called flow. They're taking bets, moving around lines due to supply and demand, where a bettor's placing, wagers. They're all setting the line lower. So that's good for us to know. So then we have Douglas, over 7 kills, right? So you take a look at this guy. And Underdog Fantasy, SportsBattle have his line at 7.5, right? So, this really is like rational, data-driven sports betting. Again, what is crazy about sports betting is if you think about the price of a stock, right? You go to Fidelity, you go to E-Trade, you go wherever, you're going to see the price of Facebook is roughly $312.64. Charles Schwab, that's the price, right? You're not going to see, hey, on Fidelity, the price is $350. On E-Trade, it's $275. That doesn't happen. The stock market is very efficient. But what's crazy is in sports betting, all of these freaking books want to be unique, right? So they all set lines independently. They all run different promos like this Taco Tuesday thing. So if you want a Taco Tuesday play, whatever, there's a good one to go with. But you get the point. All these books set lines independently. So what we're doing as sharp bettors is, OddsJam is reading in all this crap. All these different lines you can bet on, all these different markets, and saying, hey, this play looks interesting because here we found a line discrepancy. Out of the tens of thousands of lines on PrizePicks, here's one where they're actually screwing up, right? And they're below the rest of the market. It's kind of like, if you told me, hey, I'll let you buy my Facebook stock for $300, I'd buy it from you because I know the price trading in the market, and millions of people look at the price of stocks. They wake up every day trying to determine if a stock is a buy or a sell, right? Like that's the price, $312. If I could buy it from you for $300, I'd obviously do that. I'm following the data. Market is based on, the consensus of supply and demand where everyone else is buying and selling. So obviously, whatever. But anyways, let's go back to it. And that's why I love sports betting, right? Like the market is very inefficient. It's very fragmented. So you can find spots where sportsbooks are screwing up and take advantage of them. So next we can go to Ragnar. So let's take a look at this guy, this cutie. So if we go over to Ragnar, another League of Legends play, I've explained this before, but what's kind of nice about, esports, it's obviously maybe not the coolest thing in the world compared to the NFL. But what's great about esports is, again, all these books are trying to set lines independently, and there's so many freaking games, right? There's literally like dozens of games every single day. All these sports books are running around trying to set lines. And I've noticed I've made a lot of money, profited a lot off of these because there's a lot of inefficiencies in the market, right? These books aren't that good at pricing lines. PrizePicks has Ragnar's line at 8. Underdog and SportsBattle have his line at 7.5. These sports books can't keep their lines in check for all these different esports games, which obviously means opportunity for us as sports bettors. Another benefit here is we have positive correlation. So when you're betting on League of Legends, players on opposing teams, you kind of get the added benefit. We have some videos online you can check out about positive correlation, where if you take one guy's over, taking the player on the opposing team to go under is positively correlated. So that's something you can look for. But anyways, what we can do is we can try to find some more picks on PrizePicks to kind of complete this flex play. This would have been a good one to go with for the DraftKings promo as well. But anyways, we didn't do that. So we need one more play on PrizePicks. So what we can do is we can check out, whatever, Terria McCowan. We could take that. What else looks interesting? Tanner Bibby over and outs. We have Clark Schmidt over and outs. Honestly, let's go with this play. Terry McCowan under 13.5 points, right? And this will be our first play on PrizePicks during the live stream. So we'll go ahead and we'll hit it for $200, right? Boom. And I've explained this before, but like the more, sports books you have, really the better. Sometimes like Sleeper is running really good promos. Today, FanDuel is running a really good promo. They're running that Dinger Tuesday promo. It's really profitable. Run this Tuesday, you get a $5 bonus for every home run hit in the game, right? Underdog Fantasy is not running any promos, right? But you never, like Sleeper right now, everything's red on the Odds Jam Fantasy Optimizer. There's no value. There's no good bets. As a sports bettor, like you're being opportunistic. You're like an investor. You wake up, you hunt through the millions of different investments you can make, like a hedge fund for those few things where you actually have an edge, where you believe it's mispriced and you're getting an advantage, and you're using data as a sports bettor to do that. I mean, why would you try to outsmart the sports books again when you literally have like dozens of different, like if you're betting on, let's say, WNBA player points, right? Like, why are you trying to create your own projections or lines when you have, dozens of data points, all these different sports books setting lines, running their own models, taking bets. They're all data points on where the line should be set, what the odds should be. So at least that's how I bet and how I make money. I'm not saying it's the only way, but that's what works. That's what works. And it's something anyone can do. You just have to, find value in the market. It's pretty simple. You got to find plays with an edge, find spots where sports books are screwing up. So we can go to Underdog Fantasy next, which is another competitor, or it's just a competitor to PrizePicks. So this play looks freaking incredible. So let's go back here. Let's go to WNBA player points, and let's reload this. So take a look at this. And again, lines are always moving. Players are getting injured, whatever. Like I've explained this before when lineup news comes out. So you go over to Twitter, right? Like oftentimes you'll see really big MLB line movements once official lineups are released, right? Whoever the Brewers are playing tonight, the opposing pitcher is, pitching against this lineup. So when new news hits the market, the official starting lineup, that affects the opposing pitcher, his pitching props. So you may see line movements and strikeout prop lines, right? Weather changes, all that stuff moves, around sportsbook lines or in odds and stuff like that. And that's why opportunities are always coming and going. As a sports bettor, you're really like a day trader, right? It's like if you knew, hey, Facebook stock, they really outperformed their earnings. They made a lot more money than people thought. You have new information hits the market, so the price may go up, right? And we're taking advantage of those inefficiencies in the market. Whew. So what we can do is we can go here, and we can hopefully find some more good picks on Underdog Fantasy. So our first play is Diana Taurasi under 18 points, right? You can see this play on the optimizer here. And again, I think education is the key, to really understanding the sports books, beating them long term. So hopefully these are helpful. I really like to explain why I'm going with what I'm going. I mean, education is, how you're going to beat the books long term. So Underdog's at 18, PrizePicks is lower at 17.5. All these sports books are data points, right? FanDuel's way lower at 16.5. DraftKings, Caesars, William Hill, all these books have the line at 17.5 with the under as the favorite outcome. Now you may be like, why don't you take this play on ParlayPlay? Well, I'm currently in New York. All these books, are legal in different locations. ParlayPlay is not legal in New York. Underdog Fantasy is. So kind of sucks. I'd rather bet the under 18.5, but still seems pretty clearly good, right? All of the major sports books are setting the line at 16.5 or 17.5 with the under favored, right? DraftKings has a line at 17.5 with the under pretty heavily favored. So that, seems like a pretty good play to go with. So that will be our first play. Diana Teresi. Nope. So let's go back here. Let's refresh Underdog. And again, you got to move quickly. Like the best betting opportunities, they're not going to last forever. You've probably seen that sometimes on Twitter. Lines get bumped. You're constantly in a race, or with these sports books, however you want to think about it, trying to take advantage of mispriced lines, identify these inefficiencies in the market. And that's really how, you'll make a bunch of money sports betting. So next play is Jordan Canada under 6.5 assists. So what team is she on? So that's good with me. Under 6.5 assists. And then we can keep on looking. What do we like? What do we like? What do we like? So this play seems pretty good. Canyon under 6, map 1 to 3 kills, right? PrizePicks. All these other sports books have the line at 5.5. Every single other sports book has the line at 5.5. Underdog Fantasy is asleep at the wheel with the line at 6. We found an inefficiency in the market. Again, this is why you want to have multiple sports books. You never know, which book is going to be offering the best promos, profitable promos on a given day. You don't know which book is going to be screwing up lines, giving you, value. So this will be what we lock in, day trading the sports books on Underdog Fantasy, three-pick entry. So we'll go ahead. We'll lock this in here. 3 unders, right? And that'll be my first play. Again, like on Underdog Fantasy, you'll see me placing a lot of 3-pick entries, 5-pick entries. And the reason you'll see me place 3-pick entries on Underdog, but not on like PrizePicks, is Underdog Fantasy. You can see right here, they give you a 6x payout, 6x payout for these 3-pick entries. You look at PrizePicks on the other hand. So if we create a little 3-pick entry on PrizePicks, they're only giving you a 5x payout. So when you like break down the math, the strategy, what's optimal, how many picks should I go with? It's 3 picks on Underdog Fantasy. And again, that's because they're giving you good payouts. They're giving you better payouts, right? Enticing payouts, however you want to think about it. More sports books you have, the better. And like I kind of flip from tool to tool. So you can go back to the positive EV tool. Hey, a lot of value in the market at plus 140 here. Pinnacle, this book right here, known to be one of the sharpest, smartest sports books, they're all the way down at plus 127. So that seems like a pretty good play right here in the Rockies game. This play on Scherzer I already bet. I gave it out on Twitter. So not going to be able to bet on that. But we can go here, alternative total score, right? You got to move quickly, to get down on the best betting opportunities. You really are day trading the sports books, which is why a lot of traders love sports betting. So very related. You got to move quick. You're identifying inefficiencies in the market. You're using data, to your advantage. So locked in this play on Flip. You're finding these inefficiencies in the market to make money. But anyways, we can go back here. Ooh. So we take a look. See if there's any new plays out there that we want to go with. And then we can go back to Underdog Fantasy, or we can go to SportsBattle. Can kind of look at as many of these sports books as you want. Maybe we go back to PrizePicks, see if there's any new value we can go with. So this play is interesting, right? Joe Willis under 3.5 saves and Daniel Lovitz under 2 tackles. Granted, these players are on the same team, so I'm not completely positive like how the correlation works. So I'm just going to take, maybe only take one of these, Lovitz under 2 tackles. And we'll start building another PrizePicks slip because why not, right? We have Daniel Lovitz under 2 tackles. I mean, it's always the same strategy, right? It's just you got to be disciplined. Doesn't mean you're going to win every single day, right? But when you're following the data, you will win long term. It's pretty simple. When you have an edge, when you're the best poker player and you have an edge, you may get dealt 2-7 on your first hand, right? That sucks if you get dealt 2-7 on your first hand. We're going to roll with this Jordan Canada play again under 6.5 assists. But again, if you have an edge, you will win long term. That's how it works, right? That's how having an edge works. That's how, funds work. You have an edge. They may not make money every single day, but, they win long term. So we can reuse this play on Gianji, and then we can go to Bong. Such interesting names in esports. So this game's about to start. So we got to move quickly. And now we have 4 unders on PrizePicks, right? And again, all the fantasy optimizer does is read in all these lines and point out value in the market. There's no BS. All it's doing is showing you lines, inefficiencies in the market that you can take advantage of. Really nothing that complicated. So what else do we want to go with? What else looks good? So we could go to Ragnar under 8. We already kind of hit this, but whatever. We can go back to League of Legends and we can take Ragnar under 8. None of these players are in the same game, so no correlation to worry about. And again, it's a volume game. Like I've explained this before. I mean, you just saw on Underdog Fantasy, right? Like if I want to place, whatever, an esports play, and these lines move quick, right? That's really the key. You got to move quickly. You can make a lot of money sports betting. It's a great side hustle. But it's really like knowing how to navigate these sports books to get down the best bets is important. But again, people will be like, oh, if this works, if you can make money sports betting, why don't you just bet $1 million on everything? And it's like, that's not how it works. These books have max betting limits, right? Like you can see on Underdog Fantasy, they're only letting me bet $100 on any play I want to go with. So that's why it's always crazy to me. It's so dumb when people are like, oh, I only place 1 bet a day. You want to place as many bets a day as possible. If you have an edge, you win long term. And again, you're not going to be able to slam these bets for $15,000 or something like that. $100 max bet size. PrizePicks is a bit higher. I think it's like $400 for most people. So you got to keep looking, keep finding plays with an edge. Yeah. And that's why it's a great side hustle, but it's really hard to like scale up. You're not going to be able to bet $1 million, on any bet you want to go with. But anyways, here is my 5-pick entry on PrizePicks. We got another one. Man, we are rolling on PrizePicks. In general, like it seems like PrizePicks isn't the easiest book to find value on, but they have been screwing up a lot recently. Been giving out a lot of plays today on PrizePicks. Had some yesterday. So feeling pretty good about that. So we can take a look here, see if there's anything new we want to go with. Anything jumps off the page. A lot of the same stuff. There's literally millions of lines you can bet at any time. The market's always moving, always adjusting. New information's always coming out. So like, again, you're not going to be able to use all these sports books. Maybe you use SportsBattle, maybe you don't. Again, more books, better. More promos, all that sort of stuff. All these books run promos. They have sign-up bonuses for new users when you first register. And I've included all my refer a friend codes below. But yeah, I mean, ideally you want to have as many books as possible. Anyways, where are we? So now we're on SportsBattle. So now maybe things get interesting. So we can take a look here. And let's go back here. So again, like I just kind of bounce around book to book, thing to thing, trying to see where we can find an edge. So this play is pretty sexy, right? We have Asia Wilson under 10 on SportsBattle. That seems good, right? If we keep looking, you can see there's some other plays here, but unfortunately I'm not able to like pull it up on my computer. But it actually seems like there's a decent amount of plays here. So maybe I'll drop some in a bit. Maybe I'll be back on live stream later, but we'll call it a day for now. Hopefully this was helpful and, hopefully you guys were able to tail the PrizePicks plays.